the one and only Bill Haney, who is kind enough to join us right here and now. Yes, there he is. Hello, Bill. How are you?
Hey, thank you for having me, man. Listen, it's always a pleasure when I come on here on the Ariel Helwani Show.
Well, I appreciate that. I was worried that you were ducking us because initially you were supposed to come in studio. I was looking forward to a face-to-face.
Well, wait a minute now. You wanted me to come in here. I came in smooth. You mentioned the wrong word, duck. When it's in relation to Devin Haney. You see, I got the DHP on here.
That's right.
Ariel, who sent you? And I want you to ask the tough questions because we don't got a whole lot of time.
Okay.
And listen, I'm here representing Debo, and he's Deboing the entire 147-pound weight division, the glamour division, the division that normally historically has all the champions wanting to fight. But now that Debo done showed up, they're tucking their belts. I don't want to say tucking their tails because then that might be borderline disrespectful. But being that you started it off already, let's get to it, Ariel.
No.
What's going on?
And by the way, I don't want that smoke. I was excited to have you in studio, so I don't want any heat with the great Bill Haney. Trust me on that. Who's Debo, by the way? Who are you referring to there?
Man, listen, the guy, Debo himself, Devin the Dream Haney.
Okay.
And he's been Deboing the sport of boxing for quite some time. It built up some momentum, and I was trying to figure out. Now, I don't know if you remember the character, but
sure.
In the movie Friday.
Okay? Yes, of course, yeah.
Well, I mean, listen, when he showed up, what did they do? They started putting away their jury. All of a sudden, nobody was doing nothing. Everybody was kicking back. Everybody had something else to do. And it sounds kind of like Romero. Where did he go and where was he talking? Listen, I've been to every buffet, every smorgasbord, and I know he's lurking, sitting around there. Because if he was hungry and he was really the fighter that I know Rolly Romero to be, he would be stepping up to this opportunity to unify in the division. We want the ring belt. Listen, I got to go in there and tell you, we want the ring belt. We should have gotten it when we fought Brian Norman after that performance, and everybody was scared and they was quiet and they had bet against Dev. And guess what? Now they're even more quiet. What are they betting on now, Ariel?
Okay, so there's so many people that we can respond to here. First, let me ask you about the performance against Brian Norman just a couple of weeks ago in Riyadh. Were you happy with your son's performance?
If you hated Brian Norman so much, I thought you guys loved him. We would have stopped him. We would have laid him out. We would have applied even more pressure. But when he was on his back and Devin stood over him, I thought that you guys would have been happy with that. But now I see him, everybody is saying blood, blood, blood. Listen, let's not get any more graphic because we want it to get out to all the listeners that what's really going on. I mean, what kind of performance when you step up, you fight a champion in George Kambosos over in Australia. I mean, listen, let's be honest. Lomachenko ducked the fade. Lomachenko didn't want to go to Australia after George Kambosos put that hellacious ass whipping on Teofimo Lopez. And now we're building Teofimo Lopez up to be the guy that he is. Okay, I don't have any problem with it. May him and Shakur fight for the 140-pound title, and whenever they get through, the 147-pound division is filled with a bunch of smoke, and it's Devin the Dream Haney, a.k.a. Debo. Now.
Okay, let me ask you, when you're watching your son's fight, when you're living it, again, you're reliving it, you're watching it, you're enjoying the performance against Brian Norman, and I thought it was phenomenal, and you know I have great respect and admiration for your son, and they keep cutting to Conor Benn yawning and sleeping on Eddie Hearn's shoulders. How do you feel about that?
Well, I didn't know what kind of, you know what I mean? I'm a guy that's I'm open to a lot of things. I don't know if that was a section where it was the soft porn. I don't know what was going on, but it looked real suspect to me. It didn't look like energy coming from a real UK fighter during a fight. Now, listen, when you got a chance to see all the different, if you understand pugilism, if you understand boxing, then you understand that Devin stood right in front of the guy. If you go back and look at it, you look and see who was doing the grabbing. Was it Devin or was it Brian Norman? Ariel, you tell me.
Listen, I thought it was a great performance when he knocked him down. I thought it was huge. It would have been great to get the stoppage, but I thought it was a systematic, dominant beatdown of a guy that everyone thought would knock him out, would knock out your son.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Now, who was doing the grabbing? If you go back and look at the film, it was Brian Norman, the one that was doing the grabbing, and it was Devin that we kept yelling, "Chip away, champ." chip away. And every time Devin, he would get boom, 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 boom. He was stealing it. He was stealing. And you know, Brian Norman Jr. came out and Brian Norman Sr. came out and said that it was, you know, and you listen to what people say, what they don't say, and what they never will say. When they first came out, and what he said was it was a masterful performance. Devin did what we said we were going to do. We were going to handicap him, and then we were going to show him that it was levels above it. So when you talk about a champion, you talk about who Brian Norman is and being a young fighter and all that. Where was the urgency? Where was the urgency? We know we had administered the maximum punishment and put him down, and we had took away the fight in him, and his dad was asking for something that he couldn't do. But no different than him, no different than Lomachenko. In the 12th round, what's happening? What's going on? We've beaten the will out of him. When I said that Devin has fought, let me go back to the first champion of George Kambosos. He hurt him over in Australia and went and did the job that nobody wanted to do, including Teofimo Lopez in the rematch. Then we stepped up to Regis Prograis, another fighter that they said was dangerous and who would want to fight him, right? Hurt him too. Then Brian Norman beat Norm the Storm that they said that he was going to get caught in. And what happened? He hurt him too.
Mm-hmm. Well, where did things go wrong with you and Eddie Hearn? At one time, you guys were like two peas in a pod. Where did things go wrong?
There's nothing going wrong when you have the Hearn family, and then you have no other than the great the Hearns and the the other British promoter, distinguished gentleman, the Warren family.
Yeah.
You have a little bit of the Hearns and the Haney family, right? And whatever that he's talking about, I'm sure that we can settle it with our fighters in the ring and make for a great event. But when he starts down talking, he starts saying all the wrong talking points to get the I should say, what we call those guys that don't understand boxing, that just believe in the bullshit. Knuckleheads. How about when he gets the knuckleheads involved and talk about it's a snooze fest and it's all these other things? Come on, man. Be honest to the people. What you witnessed was a masterclass performance. You saw a technician disarm a puncher, a very athletic and determined puncher, and we handicapped him.
Do you have any idea how Turkey Alalshikh felt about the fight? Because when Eddie was asked about it, he said no comment. Eddie was asked, what did Turkey say about the fight? He said no comment.
Why would you ask?
I didn't ask him.
Eddie.
I haven't asked him. I saw interviews of him. I didn't ask him.
Listen, everyone knows that Turkey speaks for himself. We don't do any speaking. No one speaks for Turkey. And when you do the little ad libs and all that shit, you know what I mean? You lead the people. You lead the people to believe. Thank you. You lead the people to believe. Thank you.
What's happening?
You lead the. Thank you. Okay. You lead the people to believe something that's not true. I got a chance to talk to Turkey at the end of the fight.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And he wanted to know, along with Dr. Rakan, what are the plans next? That's right.
There's nobody over
there. Yeah.
Oh, what happened?
Oh.
They're trying to cramp our style over there. What's going on?
No. They know that I get excited when I come on your show. You know what I mean? So they're gonna find a place for me right back here where I can give you all the energy that you need.
I appreciate that. Yeah, we don't want to stifle you. So could you tell us? Could you answer that question for us? The question they asked you. What is the plan? What do you hope your son does next?
Well, let me get somewhere where.
Yeah. Do your thing.
Hold on one second.
Okay, we're looking for a good spot here. We don't want to stifle your energy. We don't want to suffocate. We want to let Bill cook.
Yes, thank you.
Let Bill cook.
I'll just need to use these or something.
Yeah.
And I just use these here to. Nope, I'll use them right here. There we go.
Yeah, you look fantastic. Nice lighting.
Get you going. Get going right here. There we go.
Yeah,
what you think about this?
That's perfect. That's perfect. Great lighting. You look fantastic. And so tell me, what do you want your son to do next?
Well, the one thing that you do as a champion, you give the other champions an opportunity to unify, right? And in a perfect world, right? Will you do exactly what we would be wanting the champion in the division to give us an opportunity to be ring champion, the baddest man in the division, so on and so forth.
I was gonna ask, are you Haney?
Yes.
Oh, what's up, man?
Hey, man.
Your son all the time.
Hey, thank you, man. Nice to meet you, man.
Look at you, man of the
Appreciate
people.
you.
Man
Thank
of the
you.
people, Bill Haney.
Absolutely. Listen, and this is what it's like. This is what you tell all the fighters, the fathers and trainers, and don't listen to what they're saying. What you get is you get respect and you get admiration from the people for doing what ultimately what's in your heart is to try to make the best fights that define your fighter's legacy, defines what kind of fighter he is. And you talk about Devin, you talk about all the smoke.
What do you make of yesterday, the WBC announcing that Conor Benn is the #1 contender to Mario Barrios' title?
Well, Conor, when? Since when have we been talking about contenders? We talking about Devin. How many champions has Devin fought?
I know.
Ariel, you've been, how many? A lot, huh?
A lot, yes.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I believe, right? And we talk about 3, we challenged 3 champions for them belts. So, with all due respect, I say Conor win. When is he going to do it? Because I've been hearing about him talking about he's going to do it. I've been hearing talking about he's been interim. I've been hearing him talked about this before. But it's Conor win to further notice.
Okay.
All respect to Nigel Benn and the Benn family, but it's still Conor win.
Ryan Garcia coming off a loss, and it sounds like he's in line to fight Mario in February. How do you feel about that?
Well, why would we be concerned about the losers bracket? If you give us a losers bracket, and then you say we took an easy pickings. We want the guy that beat him. See what I'm saying? We beat you to the punch. We didn't, the question you was going to ask, well, what about this guy coming off a loss to fight this guy that come off a controversial? Hey, man, listen, give us the winner. First, you gave us the guy that had put the guy in the hospital and lost his memory. Then we said, instead of the guy that's the hook and all this other stuff, give us the winner, Rolly Romero.
Okay. That's so if it was up to you, Rolly Romero, when and where would be your ideal place for it and when?
Well, tell him stop hiding like he's waiting on some money from Pacquiao and he's trying to do a fight with Pacquiao. It's not happening. Listen, you don't draw enough, you don't bring enough to the table for Pacquiao. Listen, and guess what, Floyd? I wouldn't get in your way. I hope that you and Pacquiao get together and do it again for the people. Do it again for the people as distinguished champions, promoters, men of boxing. Yeah, and then let us handle Rolly Romero. We're going to tighten him up.
Okay. Can I ask you, Bill, a hot topic right now is Zuffa Boxing's entry into the world of boxing and some of the changes that they'd like to make to the Ali Act. As someone who has been in the game for a long time, how do you feel about this? Some of these changes, would you like to see them happen? Would you like to see this bill passed? Or do you think the Ali Act is just fine as it is?
Well, I mean, listen, I believe in free enterprise. I believe in a family working hard and being able to determine their future. And that's what I represent. This management, whether you're going to be able to be the manager and you're going to be able to be the promoter. I don't know if that's the one issue in there that you're discussing, but I think there's several issues in there, and you're not asking me enough, and I'm not versed enough in it to really give a real opinion. I know that boxing right now, for us, and what we represent for other families, you know what I mean? They can't stop. They can't stop you, man. Shout out to Zuffa Boxing and everything that they're gonna come in the game and do. We've watched, Showtime. We've watched HBO. We got Matchroom. We got DAZN. You have Turkey Alalshikh coming. So new players in the game brings new life to the business. So I'm all for it.
But Dana White has said that he does not want to mess with the WBC title, IBF. He wants his own title and the ring title. They'll recognize that one.
Well, Debo is coming to get that one too.
Okay. So
Debo is in, you listen, you make it a title and you make it a title of significance that the people value and the people say it's something, and Debo is coming to get it. He wants to come get the WBC, the I mean, the WBC, the WBA, the IBF, and the ring. But right now, we got our eyes set on Rolly Romero and that ring belt and that WBA that he's holding on tight to.
Part of the reason why I asked this is I'm sure you saw Terrence Crawford had his WBC title taken away. Mauricio Suleiman saying he isn't complying with the fees. They dropped the rate down. He's not answering them. And this is part of the stuff that Dana White talks about. He's like, enough of this stuff. Like, there needs to be an evolution in the sport. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about the fees that are imposed on the champions that they have to pay to these sanctioning bodies when they become champions?
Seems like we've been paying the fees for so long that it's just a part of boxing. It's a part of what we've learned to our path to the Mount Rushmore of boxing. Now here you go and say, okay, well, you get these other titles, you get these other things, and we want them too. You know what I mean? Like, we don't say that, oh, the IBF doesn't mean anything. No, we know that the IBF, the WBC, the WBA, the WBO, they all hold weight. And guess where they hold the weight at? At the Haney's house. And we're ready to bring them all in. And if you want to start a new one up, if it's the Zuffa belt and whatever other belt that we're going to bring, we'll take that too.
Just this week, Bill, Subriel Matias, Janabek, PED violations. You lived through the Ryan Garcia situation. Is there, and that's just one of many, is there a PED problem in boxing in your opinion?
Well, it wasn't a PED problem just a year ago. You know what I mean? We weren't asking those questions. So now I'm here to. I don't want to talk about the PEDs. I don't want to go down there. I want to stay focused with becoming a lineal champion.
That's fair. I'm just saying your son was a victim of this, right? Your son was hurt by this, and we're seeing a lot of names pop up that are getting caught, that are getting slapped on the wrist, that are getting fines, suspensions, etc. And so, again, as someone who is well respected and has been around for a very long time, do you feel like there needs to be stricter drug testing? Do you think that there needs to be more of a violation attached to these failures, hoping that people don't continue to do this? Because as you know, boxing is not a game. You can die in there. It's a very serious sport.
Well, I mean, that's something that if you go back and you take a look at some of the things that I've been saying for the past year, you know what I mean? Then you got the information. But right now, let's stay focused.
Okay.
That Debo is a 3-division champion. And I want to ask, more importantly, if the fight doesn't happen with him and Rolly, where does that put Rolly, and how do you feel about Rolly and fighters that are taking that position in boxing? Come on, talk to him, Ariel. I want to hear how you feel.
Well, I have to be honest. The Rolly fight is a good one because of the belt that he holds. I don't necessarily think that it's the highest profile one. Do you know what I mean? There are other names that we've discussed here that I would love to see your son fight against. I'd love to see him fight.
Well,
yes.
Well, we have to take one or the other. Either we take the Tank Davis approach and we go high profile, and high profile means it, or we take the Devin Haney route and say legacy reigns supreme.
Sure.
Now, which one you want to go? But you cannot split your pants on the Ariel Helwani show.
Let's go
we
with
got to stand on business.
Let's go with the former, because at the end of the day, you can't go to the bank and deposit legacy.
Okay. Well, listen, for us, legacy, it reigns supreme. Legacy is what got us here. Legacy is what continues to pay you and what you've done in the sport, right? We know that there's the line is around the corner to fight an 8-division champion and Manny Pacquiao, a several division champion in Floyd Mayweather, Mike Tyson, youngest champion. So you can't tell me that the money doesn't come from the legacy.
That's true.
Listen, no. But you did a great job in trying to spin the narrative with a guy that's heavily connected to the legacy fighters, the fighters on the Mount Rushmore boxing, the fighters that have really done it and accomplished the shit. And it didn't matter who had the belt. Guess what? They was coming to get it if you was the real deal.
You told me I couldn't split the pants, so I had to pick one or the other. So I picked the legacy over. I'm sorry, I picked the prize fights, the big time fights over the legacy fights.
Well, listen, I mean, you got a chance to do it, and then you have to stand on it. You stay over there, and where listen, at the end of the day, no one will necessarily remember the money part of it. I don't think my grandkids, you know what I mean, says, well, granddaddy had a bunch of money. You know what I mean? I don't think that lasts as long as that you compete. You compete fairly. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's what's going to last.
What about Jack Catterall? He was saying that he wanted to fight your son.
Jack who?
Catterall.
What did Jack? What did he do? What does he have?
You know, he had a big win a couple of weeks ago on the undercard of the Conor Benn Chris Eubank fight. He's been in the game a while. He fought Regis Prograis not that long ago. He's had some fights. He's had some battles. Popular guy, trains with Boots Ennis's camp now.
Okay, I have to look into him.
You're not familiar. Okay, what about Lewis Crocker, the IBF champ?
Hey, I've heard about him.
Okay,
how about that?
How about him?
How about that? A tough guy out of Belfast.
Yes.
Listen, and we've always wanted to mix it up with a guy from Ireland, right? They say that there's tough guys.
The Fighting Irish,
Ireland, right?
Yeah.
The Fighting Irish, you dig? So what better guy to take a good look at as a guy from Ireland that holds the belt? So yeah, for sure, I'm very familiar with him.
Do you think there's any chance in 2026, Bill, we see Haney Garcia too? That's the biggest one of them all.
You know what? It's the biggest one when we say it is, and then they come in and they say it's not. They do a whole lot of planning.
Who says it's not? Who says it's not?
Well, I mean, you'll hear some things from De La Hoya sometimes. You hear things from Garcia, and not given what the fight really brings, right? And I say, let's be honest. It's a big fight, but it's a fight that both fighters need to come in, be focused, right? Promote. Right. And of course, drug test. You know what I mean?
Of course.
And then it's a big fight. But I mean, you know, when you have a guy that's flighty and flaky and has proven to the world that he didn't win fairly, he came back and he looked like shit the next fight after, you know what I mean? So he still has a lot to prove. I think that, you know, our main focus, right, right now is getting Romero in there. And that's, listen, and once again, I said is, if they drop the hardware, if they drop the belts, we probably don't even pay attention to them. You know what I mean? It's the fact that Debo is more interested in the hardware that they carry than actually who they are.
I'll let you go in a moment, but I'm just wondering, Bill, what is it going to take for your son to finally get the respect that he deserves? You look at the resume, 3-division champion now. He's beat a who's who. He's gone, you know, enemy territory. He's done the job, undefeated, all that stuff. Why does it still feel like he doesn't get the respect that he deserves, especially at his age as well?
Well, respect is for those that are finished. You see, respect came for Dr. King, for Muhammad Ali, for, you know what I mean, Malcolm X. You know what I mean, for a lot of the greats, and I speak of the ones that I study and I'm familiar with. The respect for their work came at the end, so we're not looking for the respect right now. We're gonna beat them up and make them pay us.
Okay. By the way, can I ask Shakur Tiafimo? January 31st, we found out this week. Who do you like in that one?
Shout out to Shakur for landing a fight of that magnitude. You know, shout out for Lopez. You know what I mean, for stepping up and fighting, you know what I mean, and giving the people a fight that we all want to see. You know what I mean? May the best man win. I know both of the families, and they're both deserving of not only a good fight but also a great payday.
One last one, Top Rank. You had a relationship with them back in the day. It seems as though their future is a little bit up in the air right now. No TV deal, no shows for 5 months.
Top Rank works for us. Top Rank gets the opponents, we knock them down. So we're waiting to see what Top Rank is going to come up with. No different than Eddie and the rest of them. You know what I mean? They scream and you know what I mean? They squeal a little bit, but they work for DHP. Keep bringing them to us. We're going to keep knocking them down, no matter what you try to tell the people.
Do we need Top Rank, though? Does the American boxing scene need Top Rank?
Yes, we need Top Rank. We need everyone involved. We need everyone pushing this wonderful sport forward. It's when I see them, when we're on the battlefield, I mean, it's fangs out. It's, you know what I mean, gloves off. We're going at it. But of course, when the cameras are off, and you know what I mean, and it's time to enjoy the deal that we've done, enjoy the opportunity to see the fighters, be in their best and most comforting place, and that's on the stage and getting paid. You know what I mean? Then it's comforting to see those guys and to talk to them. You know what I mean? I don't have any ill feelings like that. I want them all in the business, unlike them. And I say them, not them, but we know who they are that might not want me in the business. I love you guys, and I want all of you guys to continue. Take it, take it, take it.
Much love, Bill. Thank you so much. Congratulations to you and your son. Great win. Looking forward to a big 2026 for you guys. Happy holidays as well.
One thing.
Oh, yes.
Rolly, because he had a lot to say.
Okay.
If he doesn't step up to this challenge, he's no longer a man. Is he a mouse or a meese?
Okay. I don't know. Oh, there you are. This is why nobody takes boxing serious. 2 of the actual world champions ain't on the list, and the other champ is at the end of the list. Everyone wonders why boxing is dying. He's referring to the rankings, and you say, stop dunking. You might move up the list.
Did I say anything wrong?
I mean, we'll see. Is he actually ducking, or is he trying to just get the best deal possible?
The best deal possible. He's lucky to get a deal in these day and times. This ain't no time to get the best deal.
He just beat Ryan Garcia.
And I'll tell you what, we just beat Brian Norman. And you better get out there and make the biggest and best fights that you can make happen. You dig?
I dig.
Listen, there ain't no time for that. Ain't no time. We don't do it with 3 division, youngest undisputed. And we don't do it.
Respect. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it.
Okay, well, so no, one more time.
Okay.
The guy named Crocker. You think something of him?
I think he's fine. The 2 fights against Paddy Donovan were fun. I thought the first one was controversial. The second one was a great win. I think in America, where I think Devin is most popular, the fight against Rolly is a much bigger fight, and I think the buildup will be a lot more fun. But like I said, if it was up to me, Garcia would be next, Barrios would be next, Conor Benn would be next. Those names I think are the biggest.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what.
Let's go. Conor Benn versus Devin Haney. Let's go. That's the one. He's coming off a big win. Devin's coming off a big win. Let's do it. Massive fight. Let's do it in a stadium over in the UK.
I don't get up for it.
Why? How do you not get up for it? That's a huge fight.
Well, because I know if he's going to do it at 147, he did him at 160. The fight is still on the table.
Yeah.
It's on the table at 154. It's on the table at 160, right? That fight is why we put him at number 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is why we put him at number 10. Now we have other business that we tend to as a 3-division champion, and that's conducting ourselves as a champion as well.
That's fair.
And looking to become unified, looking to become ring champion. Isn't the ring belt what's happening?
Undisputed. Yeah, undisputed. You want to be undisputed. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Hey, listen, to the ring team. Baby, we doing it for you.
Sure. All right. Thank you, Bill. All the best. Appreciate it. And congrats again.
Absolutely. You have a great one.
There he is, the great Bill Haney, the father of one Devin Haney. Great character in the sport of boxing. Always enjoyed talking to him, picking his brain. And no doubt, Devin has he has choices. There's no doubt about it. Now fighting at 147 pounds, look great. At 147, looks strong. Dropped Brian Norman early in that fight. I do believe the second round. Didn't get the stoppage, but it was a systematic, dominant, one-way traffic type of fight, if you get what I'm saying. So let's see what's up next for him. Thanks for watching this video. Before you go, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for us. Also, give us a thumbs up, leave a nice comment. These things go a long way. And while you're here, do check out the rest of the channel. We've got live shows and full interviews, clips, and a whole lot more. We're doing big things here, and we appreciate your support very much.